Hey guys, it's Cassera, and today I'm going to be doing my January week 1 reading vlog. December 29th, so it's still December, so I'm still doing my rereads for the month because that's what I dedicated December to. So over the next 3 days or so, I want to finish off the series that I started, which is just a little teensy bit ambitious because I'm still currently reading the Mistborn trilogy by Sanderson. I'm currently reading The Well of Ascension, which is the second book in the Mistborn trilogy, and I'm about a third of the way through it. So I have 2/3 of The Well of Ascension and all of Hero of Ages that I'm going to try and do before the end of December 31st. I got today, tomorrow, and Tuesday to read all of that, which is possible, but unlikely. But I'm still gonna try and do it. Hopefully I can get all of that read over the next couple of days, as well as another one that I will talk about in a second. But so far, really loving the Mistborn trilogy. The first book was so good. Like, there was so much about the first book that I absolutely loved, and I'm really excited to continue on with it. The second book is a lot slower than the first book. It's my least favorite book in the series, but so far I am enjoying it. I think I'm enjoying it more because I'm listening to the audiobook more of the second book. Like, I read a little bit physically last night, but like the first book I read almost entirely physically. And the second book, I'm listening a lot more to the audiobook than I did with the first book. And that's just because I know the second book is my least favorite book in the series. So I'm just doing it in a way that I know I'll enjoy it more than like slogging through the physical book, because this one is just so slow, especially at the beginning. The end, I may pick up more physically than I did at the beginning, but I'm really enjoying this, and hopefully I can finish this and the Hero of Ages over the next couple of days. The last reread that I'm doing is Wundersmith by Jessica Townsend. I don't have the audiobook for this one. If I need to get the audiobook, I may get it, but as of right now, I'm reading this one physically. I'm hoping to finish over the course of the next few days, as well as the Mistborn trilogy, which is why I think it's a little bit ambitious, but so far I'm really enjoying this. I started this last night and I'm right about there. So like, I only read it for like less than an hour and I'm on chapter 3 now. So I feel like I'm making pretty good progress on it. And I remember reading this the first time and like just absolutely loving it and wishing the book was longer because of how much I wanted to continue on with this series. The next book in this series is coming out next year on August 18th. I think it's coming out earlier than that in like Australia. Yeah, that kind of sucks for me because I don't live in Australia, but it's fine. Like, I'll get it on August 18th rather than March 10th, which I think is the Australian release date. I don't know. Would the book depository have it on the earlier release date? If so, I might get it from the book depository just so I can get it earlier. Anyways, I love this series. I love it to death. I love Morrigan, which is the main character. For those of you who don't know the series, it's the Nevermore series. It's set in this like alternate world and I absolutely love it. It's about the character named Morrigan, who's a cursed child who was supposed to die on her 11th birthday, but instead she's whisked away by Jupiter North to join the Wondrous Society. And this is the second book. Obviously, like, I don't want to say anything more because I will be giving away super spoilers for the first book, but yes, the second book is so good and I'm really excited to be in this world again. Okay, so that is my plan for the next 3 days. After that though, I will be starting my January TBR. If you missed my January TBR video, I will link it up in the cards for you guys because I'm really excited for my January TBR. I get to start on all of my 2020 goals, which I'm really excited for. I will also be returning to the books that I started in November and planned to read all of December and just didn't get to them because I didn't get to any physical reading in December, like 0 physical reading in December. So I will be getting to those books as soon as I finish the Mistborn trilogy. And in case you have not been watching my reading vlogs, those books are Words of Radiance by Sanderson. This is the second book in the Stormlight Archives, and Deadhouse Gates by Erikson, which is the second book in the Moslem Book of the Fallen. I 100% plan to finally get back to these this week, like 100%. It is going to happen. Like, it's going to happen. I know it will. So definitely excited about this because it'll be like January 1st I'll start these, I believe. I think that's on Wednesday, so that's only a couple of days away. But yeah, really excited for this. So as of right now, this is what I'm currently reading, and that's all I have for you guys right now, so I will check in with you guys later. It's Tuesday, December 31st. I have made quite a bit of progress on the Well of Ascension by Sanderson. And I understand why this is my least favorite book in the series now, because it tries to go outside of what makes Mistborn amazing. So what makes Mistborn amazing is the magic, the world building, and the action scenes. It has fantastic action scenes. In the first book in this series, it's like broken up into parts. This book is broken up into parts also. Each part culminates in this huge action scene, and then there's a cliffhanger. In this one, there's not the huge action scene. Each part does culminate in a cliffhanger of a sort. There's not the action scene. Instead, it's looking at like sort of mysteries and more political fantasy, which I like political fantasy, don't get me wrong. I love political fantasy, but Mistborn is one of my favorite series of all times. And if you compare it to some of my other favorite series of all times that are highly political fantasies, such as A Song of Ice and Fire or the first Law trilogy, politics in Mistborn don't compare to those. So that's why The Well of Ascension is like one of my least favorite books in the series, because it is very much wrapped up in the politics of the situation, but the politics is not what makes Mistborn amazing. There are other aspects of Mistborn that make it one of my favorite series of all time, which are more prevalent in the other books in this series, but I still like The Well of Ascension. I have about 6 hours left. I do think that I'm going to be able to finish The Well of Ascension tonight, which makes me happy. So I definitely plan on continuing on with this one. And so far I am enjoying it. Right now it's kind of like about a 4 to 4.5 star read for me. Depends on how I feel about the ending. So we'll see how that goes. But so far I am really enjoying it. I haven't made as much progress on Wundersmith by Jessica Townsend, and that's mainly because I've been working, so I don't have as much time to do physical reading, and there's a lot of stuff I need to clean up today. But starting tomorrow, I should be relatively free. I do want to start on my January TBR though, so I'm not going to finish this one tonight, unfortunately, but I will finish it sometime, hopefully this week. But I will be starting on some of my January TBR books, so it might not be as soon as I had originally planned. By the way, I am really enjoying this though. I absolutely love every second of it. So like I mentioned, I want to start on my January TBR. So when I finish The Well of Ascension, I'm not going to continue on right away with The Hero of Ages. I will continue on with it eventually, probably sometime this week, but I'm not going to start it right away. And that's because I want to start Baptism of Fire by Andrej Sapkowski. I have the audiobook for this, and I have to return it in 6 days. So I really want to start it and finish it within the next 6 days, preferably. Actually, I will be starting this one today once I finish The Well of Ascension. I'll start the audiobook for this one. I've heard that this book is the best one in the Witcher series, so I'm super excited for it. Like, super excited for it. And I don't want to have to return the audiobook before I can actually listen to it. So that's why I'm going to pick this one up today. It's also on my January TBR, which I'm really excited to get started on. And then for my physical reading, I also want to start Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. This is the first book that I had planned to read in January. I've been reading so much fantasy in the month of December. I just feel like I need something that is a little bit of a lighter read, and I feel like Regretting You could potentially be a lighter read, but at the same time delve into like emotional things that I'm excited for. This one is about a mother and a daughter and kind of their relationships after the father of this family has died. I feel like it could potentially be really good. It'll be a good like step away from fantasy, because I've been like pretty neck deep in fantasy for quite a while now. I've read almost no books that weren't fantasy in the month of December. Like I think there were like 2 or 3, and even then they were audiobooks. So I want something that I can hold, that will be fast to read, that is not like swords and dragons and magic and fighting and all of that. I'm excited to get to this one. Hopefully I'll start it tonight. Usually these are really fast reads and I can finish them like within 1 day. So I'm excited for this one as well. I will be doing some driving today. I didn't have to work today, which makes me really happy. So I have some cleaning up to do, and then I'm going to head to the road so that I can spend New Year's with my family for the first time in like 3 years. So it's still the 31st, and I'm getting ready to leave to go home to spend New Year's with my family, but I forgot. I have to unwrap a book for this week because this is the January week 1 vlog. So this book will be for January week 1 and week 2, because I'm doing an unwrapped book for every 2 weeks in 2020. So I'm excited to see what it is. So we have Diary of a Wimpy Kid by Jeff Kinney. This is, I believe it's a middle grade series. It might be a children's series. Yeah, I think it's a children's series because there's lots and lots of illustrations in it, and it's supposed to be funny. So hopefully I like it. I think it'll be an easy read though. So I will be reading this over the course of the next 2 weeks, and then we'll see how much I like it. So it's Thursday, January 2nd. Yesterday I finished The Well of Ascension by Sanderson. I really enjoyed it. Like, it was really good. I did think it was a little bit slower than The Final Empire, and I didn't like the politics as much as I wanted to. So I ended up giving it 4.25 stars, which is a little low for like some of my favorites, but I think I'll really like The Hero of Ages. I decided to put that one on hold though, because I started Baptism of Fire by Andrej Sapkowski because I have to return it in like 3 days and I want to finish it before I have to return it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that one so far. I'm not very far into it, so haven't gotten super far into it, but I haven't been doing very much reading at all. Something did just happen though. I just got approved for an e-arc of Shorefall by Robert Jackson Bennett through NetGalley, which makes me really happy. So I might be reading that one soon, like really soon, which makes me really, really excited. So yes, I might go do that right now because I kind of want to pick it up. So it is Friday, January 3rd. Last night I decided to pick up Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, which was a mistake because I ended up staying up way too late reading this book. I actually ended up finishing it in one sitting because I forgot how easy contemporary books are to read. Like, I spent the last 2 months like neck deep in fantasy and sci and pretty heavy classic books, so like this was just such an easy and fun book to read. I do have one issue with it. It's about the relationship between a mother and a daughter after the husband slash father dies and they find out a bunch of things that happened before he died. It's very interesting in that aspect of it, and of course they both have kind of romantic connections happening because I mean it is a Colleen Hoover book, by the way, in case you were wondering. I had a couple of issues with it. While I did enjoy it and I had a lot of fun, I didn't feel the emotion as deeply as I wanted to. And then there was one particular scene that really bothered me. I've never been bothered by one of Colleen Hoover's books before, and I've read November 9, the revised version, not the original version, so maybe that's why. But in this one, there's this moment where she like tries to like get off the bed and leave, and he just gets on top of her. It made me uncomfortable. Like, you can tell like it wasn't non-consensual, like she wanted to be there. It didn't feel right to me, and it also felt really out of character for the guy because he wasn't that type of guy. So that scene just didn't work for me, but overall I did really enjoy this book and I ended up giving it 4 stars. So it is Sunday, January 5th. I got home last night and I just was too tired to film for you guys, so I decided to just do it this morning. So yesterday on my drive home I finished Baptism of Fire by Andrej Sapkowski, and I feel like I'm finally getting to like understand why people love this series. I loved it. It was really, really good. I liked like the camaraderie that is in this book. It gave me some Fellowship of the Rings vibes, if you know what I mean, which is always good. I loved the character Dandelion, or as the audiobook says it, Dandelion. Love it. Absolutely love him. He's fantastic. And Melba is like a new character in this book. She's a female character and I love her also. Super, super excited to continue on with the series. I ended up finishing this one when I was driving back home. The ending of this one I feel like is like the best ending out of the entire series so far. So I ended up giving this one 4.5 stars. And I think that's all I have for you guys this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know if you've read any of these books down in the comments. I would love to discuss with you guys. I post videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, so consider subscribing. I also post bonus videos, so if you want to get notified as soon as I upload, you could click the little bell icon. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up to support my channel. All social media links are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.